Now, when you look at Kevin Samuels, he's pretty much letting these women know that they need to play their role that they were created for. And the lies that this uh, society have told them is what's keeping them single, about getting a job and a PhD and focusing on being uh, independent and self-sufficient. That focusing on those things is keeping them single, and they're gonna end up pretty much dying single if they uh, believe these lies that they're being told, and they go along with the feminist movement, and they pretty much uh, make themselves unattractive to men. But it's a necessity that these women get with men. It's not some kind of uh, choice, or it's not some kind of decision, uh, a preference. That's what I want to say. It's not a preference. I prefer to get with a man. No, it's not got nothing to do with preference. It is a necessity that you get with a man. It's a necessity, and it's when you go into the law tells you, because the whole Bible is the law, first of all. And when you go into that law, it tells you to get with a man and manage a house. Help this man manage his house, to be a helpmate. Now, what the women are doing, they're accepting the trick and the trap that was set for them by the CIA and the feminist movement, because these are the people that concocted this notorious plan to get these women to focus on themselves and live a selfish life and don't help the man. Don't focus on helping the man. Focus on helping yourself. See, and that way we can destroy this nation. We can get rid of this nation. Because if the man don't reproduce, the nation is destroyed. If the men start sleeping with each other, the nation is destroyed. That's why they pushing the same-sex marriage agenda. This society always had a plan on destroying the man. You got the abortion clinics in every neighborhood where the so-called blacks and Hispanics reside. Then you got Margaret Sanger straight up telling the pastors that they are the key, the Christianity pastors, they are the key on uh, the extermination campaign of this nation. You see, with the eugenics movement. And so these women have fell for these things and trusted the lies that they've been told, and they've been told by the older generation to chase so-called getting a high-paying job before they can secure their safety. because safety is the key. Protection is the key. And they got a police station with 911 and they don't focus on safety. The police don't keep them safety. They need to stay close to a phone so they can call the police and forget about the man. But now these days is becoming very dangerous, and it's getting to the point where now this is the time that the fun is over, and if you gonna survive, you cannot be a single woman. Single women have ran out of time. Single women have to make a decision, and it's out of necessity. See, that time is over living a single life as a woman. It's a deep necessity that they find a man. Now let's go into the scriptures and explain the situation. Now the first scripture, we're going to get Isaiah. And I want them to see this one. Isaiah chapter 32. Now let's see here. We're going to start with verse 2. It says, "A man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as the rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land." So pretty much it's saying a man is going to be how you hide from danger. He's going to be the protection. Why? Why is he going to be a protection? Verse 9. "Rise up, ye women that are at ease." See that you want to be single. "Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." Verse 10. "Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come." See, many days it's going to get rough, because this is the time that the judgment is coming on the earth. Okay, let's see here. I think I'm looking for Isaiah. Yep. Let's get Isaiah chapter 13. Gonna run through these verses real quick. Isaiah chapter 13. And we're going to start with 11 and say, "And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease." See, these women are very proud, because that's why they feeding into the lies of the so-called white man in his society. "And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." See, this is the time that he is going to visit the world and punish them for their evil. So guess what? That's why man is going to be a hiding place. Verse 12, it say, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir." And he's pretty much saying, when I visit this world and come to punish these evil people, you best to find you a man. A man is going to be precious in these days. A man is going to be the most important thing that you can have in these days, because the police station ain't going to be around. That's going to be dismantled. And it's going to be crime and wickedness on a level that you ain't never seen. Let's get this in Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19 and 2, it say, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight one another. They shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. And so this is what he's gonna do in these last days. He's gonna make these individuals fight each other and kill each other. And you're gonna need to have a man. Now, let's go to verse 4. Chapter 4, and get something out of that. It say, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Now that reproach is the wickedness that they have done in this kingdom. And that reproach is supposed to be, or that reproach will get them destroyed with the rest of the people. But the only way they're going to get away from that reproach is they're going to cleave to a man of the Lord. Not a wicked Negro or wicked Hispanic or a wicked Native American. It's got to be a righteous man of the Lord. See? And so this is how they're going to survive the situation. Because this thing is not going to move as fast as a lot of people think. Because it takes time to starve. Because it's a great famine is going to come. People are going to die. Let's get that. I don't want to run my mouth. Let's let the scriptures speak. No, I think 16. Second Esdras 16. Let's see, somewhere around the 11th, 16. Okay, here we go. 22, it say, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So they're going to die from these wicked individuals robbing and stealing and killing, or they're going to starve to death somewhere because they're not going to have a man to protect them. So the only way out for these women is to find them a man of the Lord. Okay, let's get that in Ezekiel. Let's see, 34, 31. It said, and ye my flock, and yet my flock, the flock of my pastor, are men. See, this is who God is going to deal with. These men. Okay, look at this. Ezekiel 3 and 17. It says, son of man, I have made you a watchman unto the house of Israel. A watch who? A watchman. He's going to be the man that's going to be the protection for Israel, for his people. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning for me. See, these are the men of the Lord who's warning the people that's going to be a protection or a hiding place for these women to survive. But they have to change their ways and get in line with these men. They can't be living a wicked life and ignoring the men and cursing the men out. You see, they have to fall in line just like the sheep fall in line under the pastor or the shepherd. Now let's get Isaiah. Let's go back to Isaiah 56 and 10. Now this is the people that they're following when they dealing with Christianity and the so-called white man. They say his watchmen are blind. See, his men are blind. The men that's taking bribes from this from the enemy, the adversary, this nation that got us in captivity, that had us in slavery, brought us over here in chains. His watchmen are blind, they are ignorant, all dumb dogs, cannot bark. They're not gonna warn you when your uh danger is coming your way. Sleeping, lying down, loving the slumber. Yeah, they are greedy dogs. They can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. See, they gonna be leading you somewhere, but they don't understand where they're leading you, and they gonna lead you to destruction. They all look to their own way. See, they're not watching out for you. They're not gonna be a protection for you. Everyone for his gain from his quarter. See, the men is the leaders. The men is gonna be the one misleading these women. The women ain't, nobody is following these women for nothing. They know a woman cannot protect them. They're gonna be following these men. And the men of the Lord is gonna be warning them and telling them where the danger is coming, and they gonna know when the danger come before anybody. Because this is a spiritual war we dealing with. Let's see here. Ecclesiastes 3, and 8. It says, a time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. See, this is the time of war. The Lord is coming to punish the wicked for their evil. See, he's going to war with the wicked. And so this is the time you're going to need protection. And who did he get to protect the people when war came? Let's get Numbers 1 and 4. It said, and with you there shall be a man of every tribe. See? Everyone head of the house of his father. See, whatever your father is, it's going to be a man to protect you. That's a part of your father's house. Because the war is here, and it's on the people of God, and the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American women. This lie that they've been told by their enemies, fed feminism through the television, the books, the music, and through the Christianity religion, or the teachings coming from the white man about the scriptures. That's going to pretty much destroy these women, and they're not going to look for a man to protect them. And if they wait too late, see, you can't wait till the last minute to all heck break loose and then go cleave to you a man. You best get to moving when the time is at the right time. Look here, let's get that. So you can't just wait till the last minute now. Look at what it say. It said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou see part of the sign pass, which I told thee before, Then thou shalt understand that it is the very time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. See, it's signs letting you know that he's coming and it is time for you to prepare. Verse 3 says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people of the world. Uproars is all over the place due to all kind of problems. Even before the pandemic, you had uproars of the people, but it increased since you got the pandemic and the mandates. Earthquakes have increased from hundreds to thousands. They having thousands of earthquakes a day. You can Google it. It's easy access to the information. Then when you look at the major sign here in chapter 6, now it tells you, say, for Esau is the end of the world. So we know that the so-called white man, his kingdom is going to be the end. He is the end. He represents the end. It says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away and shall be finished, meaning when the world is coming to an end, this is what's going to happen. It says, suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. See, that's the crops. Suddenly they're telling these people to destroy the crops and send the dirt to China. There's something going on. Then it say full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. The stores is being watched like a hawk to see if they coming up empty. The shelves are coming up empty. They got ships and ship containers that bring in the products backed up. Supply chain is backed up. Those are the signs to let you know the world is finished. The world of Esau, this is his end. His world is finished. The world to come is the world of Jacob, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And the women better start cleaving to them a man of the Lord. Look at verse 21. It says, and the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women which child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 and 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. Because it's going to get real hectic out here. It's going to get real. He going to speed up. You're not going to be able to have a hold of these children because it's going to be too stressful. As soon as they get pregnant, 3 or 4 months, the children coming out. And the Lord going to speed it up because he's got judgment coming. Then 24, let you know, at that time shall friends fight one another like enemies. That's why you going to need you a man. He going to cause people to fight each other, to try to kill each other due to the lack of bread in these stores. Let's get that in 15. Let's see here. Is it 15 or 16? It might be 16. Let's go to 16. There we go. It says, I know it talks about lack of bread, people attacking each other because it's going to be lacking bread out here in these streets. Food is going to be rare. Okay, let's see here. Bear with me just a second. See if I can run into it. Okay. 15 it say, for the sword and their destruction draw near, one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hand. See, this is what's coming. Verse 18 it say, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. 19, there we go. Say, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread for the great tribulation. See, this is why a man is going to be a hiding place. This is why these women got to measure the time and don't drag their feet on finding them a man of the Lord, because you're going to need that man of the Lord who have a hedge of protection around him. Because Yahweh Shah, who they ignorantly called Jesus Christ, told them this was something that's going to happen. It's going to be a lack of bread out here. Verse 3, he said, tell us when these things shall be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world. That's what his disciples asking him. And he went to read them off things. And he told them in 21, he said, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. See, it's nothing going to compare to this situation. This lack of bread and these spirits killing one another, invading one another's house with guns in their hand. The gun sales done went out the roof since this so-called pandemic came on the scene, because that's the Lord preparing to destroy the wicked. And so these women better prepare. They better get a hedge of protection, which is a man. He is a necessity. He ain't nothing that, oh, I don't need a man, and it's not, he's not important, and I can get a gun and all this kind of stuff. No, you better get you a man, because that's going to take away your reproach. Let's go back to Isaiah. We'll end it on that. See, the 7 women gonna get them a man, and women, 7 means completion. Women gonna run to them a man of the Lord. See, because only he can take away their reproach. Because everybody, all these men are not on that level. Some of these men, they just gonna stay in their wickedness until it's time to rob and kill. That's what they gonna do. They gonna fight against the police, to whoever is who they think that's in charge, and they gonna be destroyed. But the men of the Lord is not gonna do these things. They're gonna be somewhere waiting on the Lord. See, that's two contrasts. You got people running to danger, and you got people waiting on the Lord. Let's get that running to danger real quick. Proverbs 22. Let's see here. Is it 22 or 29? 22 verse 3. It say, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. See, the righteous man of the Lord is going to hide himself. But see, these wicked Negroes and Hispanics, they going to run out there and they going to get slaughtered. But the simple pass on and are punished. See, they going to pass on the fact that they need to hide themselves, and they going to be destroyed. And the women that's following them and that's with them, they're going to be destroyed too. Only the men that's going to be doing what the Lord tell them to do, they're going to hide themselves. That's why I say a man shall be a hiding place from the wind. He's going to be more valuable than gold. And see, these wicked people is not going to listen because they don't want to hear anything that got to do with the Lord and wisdom. And they hoping on Egypt to last forever. They not understanding, they're not foreseeing the evil. And it's gonna mean destruction for them. And 2/3 of our people are gonna be destroyed, so 2/3 of the women are gonna be destroyed. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 8:3. This is what these majority of the women is gonna choose. So it's only a small number that's gonna choose life. It say, and death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, says the Lord of hosts. See, he drove our peoples over here on cargo slave ships, and wherever the children of Israel or the descendants of slaves are, the Lord sent them into those places, slave ships mainly, or if they were Native American, they was already over here. And so, and if they was Hispanic, some of them were already over here. But these people gonna choose death, majority of them. See, and they gonna be destroyed. That's why they going with the philosophy of Christianity, and mainly they push that on Judah, the ones who came on slave ship off the west coast of Africa. They push that on Judah the most because Judah is the top tribe. That's why the so-called black women are the majority of the single women. The Hispanics in the northern kingdom, they don't got it as bad as the southern kingdom because they focusing on the top tribe of Judah. And so the black women, they are single and eating up this feminist uh, hatred for God and man uh, given to them by the so-called white woman and the white man with this freedom, live life how you want to live it, and forget the rules and the laws that God set for his people, his creation. And so they're going to be destroyed, and this is a warning to them. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, by Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rikakadash, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being the name of his only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace of the elect, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered around the globe. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom. Shalom.